Hello, I'm Major Christine Rock, one of the state leaders of the Salvation Army here in New York State. With profound gratitude, I wish to extend a greeting on behalf of the Salvation Army to the leaders and members of the Rotary in your district. We cannot thank all of you enough for the countless hours that you lend to support the work of the Salvation Army across your region. We recognize your years of dedication and devotion to not only the Salvation Army, but to your communities at large. Those 3 words of your motto, service above self, convey the heart of who you are. They have driven generations over the last century to put the needs of others before their own. And they've made Rotary known internationally because it achieves results. In these days of constant change, these words continue to inspire and guide us, and they explain why Rotary and the Salvation Army are such great partners in service. It was Christmas Eve 1910. General William Booth, the founder of the Salvation Army, was in poor health and unable to attend the Salvation Army's annual convention. Someone near the general suggested that Booth send a telegram to be read at the opening of the convention. Funds were limited and telegrams charged by the word, so to ensure as much money as possible would still go to help the needy, General Booth decided to send a one-word message. The moderator announced that Booth had sent a telegram to be read at the start of the first session. He opened the message and read just one word: others. Proverbs 3:27 teaches us, "Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to act." Like Rotary, the Salvation Army seeks to fulfill our mission quickly, efficiently, and without fanfare. We do this without regard for a person's identity, but according to their need, seeing not their past, but their future. Our message today is also direct and straightforward. Thank you. Thank you to each member and club who's joined us in the fight for good by ringing the bell at red kettles in small towns and large cities. Because of your service, we're solving real problems. We're addressing the root causes of poverty, and we're ending a host of related struggles: hunger, addiction, housing insecurity, mental illness, unemployment, educational voids, and various forms of abuse. With your continued support, the Salvation Army will make Rotary proud to wear the red apron and ring the bell for generations to come. Through our service, we hope to reflect the love of God and teach others to serve as we are meant to do. Members of Rotary and your families, thank you for being the example and the instrument of service. May God bless you.
Welcome to the Rotary Club meeting of January 13th, 2021. It's my pleasure to introduce our president, Diva Alfaro.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Again, my name is Diva Alfaro, and I am the president of the Standing Miss Rotary. I just want to start off by saying, every time you see somebody standing outside of a grocery store or just regular store with that pail, that red pail, stop off. Even if you have nothing in your pockets, know that that's somebody volunteering to help out for somebody else. It's so important to thank those people, because I've been out in the rain, running inside a store, and they're sitting outside waiting to collect to help others. So make sure you thank them, and know that when you get out of your car and you see them, go back in, look for change. I know that I have change in my car that I can usually find, so do the same. Just something very simple like that. But without further ado, I would love to have Mike Wallace lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join me in saluting the flag of our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And leading our invocation, Casey.
Please bow your heads with me. Almighty God, we thank you and praise you and give you the honor and glory that is due your name. We pray that in our work, in our efforts, in our words, and in our service, Lord, we would highlight that we can change the world. Would we bring impact and influence for good? And it would be our heart's desire that to all who come in contact with the Rotary and the goodwill of this group and the humanity in the world, that they would say, I've been touched, I've been loved, and I've been served. And that is our prayer today, that we would touch, love, and serve those in our community. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Thank you very much, Casey. Next, what I'd like to do is just do introductions. I'll start off. My name is Diva Alfaro. I am, I believe now 3 years as a Rotarian. I'm also a licensed loan officer, and I serve pretty much all of the United States. I'll go ahead and pass it on to Mike Wallace.
Hi everyone, Mike Wallace. I am the president of Better Home Financial in downtown San Dimas, Bonita Avenue. We are mortgage brokers and real estate agents serving San Dimas community for 33 years now.
Awesome, thank you. Next, Casey.
My name is Casey. I lead a nonprofit in town called Our Community Network, and my wife and I are certified health coaches, leading people to freedom, one healthy habit at a time. Been around the Rotary for 7+ years, and past president, and get involved in all of our civic opportunities to serve and make the world a better place. Glad that you're joining us today.
Thank you, Casey. Raymond.
Hey now, so Mike didn't say that he's past president also, so I'm going to say that for Mike. I'm past president for 1.5 times, and now I'm going to be president-elect and currently the public image chair, so unfortunately I am the face of Rotary.
Thank you, Raymond. Next, Steve.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Steve Scott. I've been a Rotarian for a little over 10 years now. I am the current treasurer of the club, 3-time past president, and I am also a State Farm agent in San Dimas.
Thank you, Steve. Marianne?
I'm Marianne Kistler. I am a member of Rotary for over 25 years, and I am the current foundation chair. I am a past president, and I am in love with Rotary.
Thank you. Next is the birthday girl, 21 years old, Peyton.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Peyton. I am a marketing rep for ServPro of Glendora, San Dimas. We do restoration, so floods, fires, mold. If you guys ever need us, we're here for you. And yeah, happy to be here. Thank you again.
Thank you. And again, happy birthday, Peyton. Next, Derek.
Hello, everyone. My name is Derek. I'm a teacher, school board member, and happy to be here.
Thank you very much, Derek. So now I'd like to introduce our guest by the name of Osvaldo Perez, along with, now is it Rosella Perez?
Roselia.
Roselia, okay.
Yeah.
So they're corps officers of the Salvation Army and Ontario Corps, and you have been there for 2.5 years. Prior to coming to Ontario, they were at Rancho Palos Verdes, CFOT for 2 years. So thank you so much for joining us today, Osvaldo Perez, or Sergeant Osvaldo, Lieutenant Osvaldo Perez. Thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Should I go on the presentation or?
Yes,
oh,
please.
okay. All right. If I may share my screen, I would like to share a PowerPoint that we created. So if you can give me a second. Oh, it says that I cannot share the.
It's been activated. Go ahead and try again.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I want to share with you a little bit of we're the Salvation Army, the Ontario Corps. And, once again, Lieutenant Rosselli and myself, we're the Corps officers of this location. This is our mission statement, which we hold dearly. We're in Salvation Army is an international movement. It's an evangelical part of the Universal Christian Church. The message is based on the Bible. Its ministry is motivated by the love of God. Our mission is to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to meet human needs in his name without discrimination. And that we hold dearly to every day, day in and day out. And I'd like to share our current service area, which you can see this as a wide area. We go from Ontario to Chino Hills, Rancho, Wasti, Montclair, Upland, and all the cities presented here. Our service area expanded last year when the Pomona, Ontario, the Pomona Salvation Army was closed. And so we began service that area since last year. So we began service Pomona, San Dimas, Laverne, Claremont, Glendora, Covina, and Diamond Bar. And so this is an overview from last year. And this is something that, let me see. Okay, so we served over 1,300 people for a first time last year. And all these numbers are for a whole year, for last year. We also gave over 1,400 plus comfort kits, and that goes to the homeless. They come and visit us every day. So there's also hygiene kits and all the stuff involved in this. We were able to help with 107 nights of hotel vouchers for single and families that were struggling throughout the year, but that increased a little bit more during the peak of the pandemic last year. And this number is close to 6,000 boxes of food that we were able to hand out to families. And this we do, this, it might seem small, it might seem big, but this throughout the year. And, it might be that some of the boxes were given out to the front and whatnot. It could be higher. It is a little bit higher than this. I just wanted to round it up to make the, just a number, clear number instead of mixed digits. But we have, since last year, we have seen an increase of signing up 3 families a week, an average. New families that join our program. So we have seen, an increase. But also along these lines, we received donation of dog food. So along those lines, we were able to help out with around 200 bags of dog food to families that, sometimes we don't think of families having pets, but even in the midst of all this situation, if it's hard to get food for the family, it's also hard to get some food for your pets. And so we were able to assist with 200 bags of dog food, and this include 2 families and some more homeless community as well. And so that translates to our rental assistance. We were also able to assist over 20 families, or 20 individuals, I should say, with rental assistance, and that varies from a small amount to rather no large, but an average rental. We also, on our seasonal Christmas, we were able to assist over 450 kids with gifts for the kids and a box of food for the family. So kids were very happy, very pleased to receive something. Many of the families were, wouldn't even consider to have something for them, and we're glad that we were able to help out and provide something for them. So that means that all in all, it's about 250 families that were assisted during Christmas. Now, these are some of our services that we're currently doing, and some of them are through our Facebook, and some of them will be on our Zoom meeting. But our after-school program we meet at our location here at the Ontario Port. However, the group is a small group to meet the guidelines and to continue to be the 6 feet. So it's a small group that is meeting. It's about 6 kids that we currently have. We have a retired teacher who's helping us out to do some tutoring and helping out with any school. Especially now that gets a little bit harder with the kids being on a Zoom all day long. So they're getting a little bit extra help with our teacher. We also have our Sunday school or Bible study for kids, which will begin a new program, a new way of sharing God's word also for the adults. We do our worship service online or via Facebook. We do it in English and Spanish. And we also are working on a music program that will be, we're working on final details to be able to share with our community and perhaps do it as a Zoom meeting. But we're working on final details on all that because there's a lot more, a little bit more complicated. Sometimes, at least I thought it would be just easier and just get a meeting and going, but it takes a little more work and details than just going into a Zoom. So there's more details on that. And once again, we have more programs. We have we had a Wednesday night dinner for our homeless. And that is a hot meal that we were doing. However, right now we're not able to do it. We're not able to do it because we were doing an in-person meeting that we're sitting down. We were handing out the food, that we're sitting down on a table and just feeling welcome and just, having a fellowship. But right now, unfortunately, we're not able to do that. But we are doing a sack lunch every day. So we do a sack lunch every day, Monday to Friday. And what they do, there's no requirements, there's no need. All they have to do is just give us their name. The name, and that's it. They grab a sack lunch. A sack lunch it varies. It might have a sandwich, it might have a salad. It has always something different, but it has drinks, granola bars, it has juice, waters. So it's a full meal. But everything that is in there, nothing needs to be cooked. It's a ready-to-eat meal, and that is done Monday to Friday. So all they have to do is just come, give us their name, and say they can grab their lunch. Along those lines, we always have extra stuff on the side, which is bananas or sweet bread or anything that we have available. Well, this is another services that we have, which is still part of our social service. We have assistance for food, once again, our food assistance, which all that we ask is for them to give us a call ahead, because what we're doing, or the way it's working, we're doing a drive-through. So all that we ask is to give us a call ahead of time, because our volunteers pre-pack our food and have it ready. So when the families arrive here, we try to be as quickly as possible in loading their cars with their food. And so our volunteers are pretty much have all the families ready to serve. And we ask to give us a call back because there's a few other information that we do ask to have it on file, just so it's quickly to assist them the next time. So there is a few steps that we do require, but all that we ask is give us a call ahead. Let's set up and fill up the information that we request. And we gladly help anyone that calls or stop by. Once again, sack lunches for the homeless. We do sack lunches every Monday to Friday. On an average, we're doing about between 40 and 60. It all depends, the weather, and all depends. But on average, we're doing about 40 lunches a day. Also, our hotel vouchers, once again, hotel vouchers and rental assistance is on a first come, first served basis. It's not, if we have the funds and the availability and the hotel has the room, we're gladly to assist you and help you. With the rental assistance, there's also, first come, first served basis. We work with different families, and in that case, it all depends how quickly we get all the paperwork ready and done to help them out. And And this is our presentation. I wanted to share a lot, but I didn't want to go over the time. So
You did well. You did really good. Thank you so much. Now we can open up for questions. Any questions?
Good question. Lieutenant, I know you have a lot of programs dealing with after school kids and donating and passing out lunches. Do you need any volunteers to help you with that, or are you okay with the amount that you have currently?
well, currently, right, for after school program, we have 2 volunteers, and for the number of kids that we have the right amount of volunteers. Once we're able to increase the number of kids coming in, can definitely use the hands.
Okay, thank you.
Lieutenant, I have a question.
Sure.
The families that go in for assistance, whether it's for like hotel vouchers or rental assistance, what is the criteria that they need to fall in to be able to get that assistance?
For the vouchers, a little bit different. You know, the vouchers, we need an ID, and that's what we're required, because we do need an ID, and so is the hotels that we partner with. That's one of the requirements that they asked. We asked that, and that's pretty much it. Once we have a copy of their ID and we verify and confirm that there's a room at the hotels, then we go from there. There's a form that needs to be filled out, which is a basic information. Like I see, sometimes there's people, they're just passing by they're going back home and they need a couple of nights, or there's other situations where they're waiting to receive their apartment, or it varies. So it varies. The process is the same, but the amount of days, it varies. As far as rental is a little bit more, has a little more information, because we do need a copy of leasing agreement or rental agreement. The person who is requesting the assistance needs to be in the lease or the agreement as part of it. That's one of the requirements. We also request a copy of the ID and an intake form, which, once again, is basic information, or, where they live, just basic information like anyone else would ask.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, I had a quick question. So, obviously we're partnering on this food drive to, stock your, your food bank and to, give you the resources to feed all of these people. What are other ways, what are other needs that you have, and other ways that people can help the Salvation Army and their mission, other than participating in our food drive on Sunday?
Well, thank you for that. That's a great question. Always monetary donations are always very welcome, because it gives us the ability to distribute to the let's say for instance for the rentals assistance, or the vouchers, or other means that we can assist to the families, because we also when gift cards get donated, we also pass those along to the families. Gift cards for it could be for, I don't know, I don't want to say name of the stores, because I don't know if we're allowed to, but just any grocery stores. We get every now and then we get donated gift cards. So that one, we just pass them along to the families there in need. But donations, monetary donations are always welcome, because that it's a little bit more more flexible for us to move it to allocate it where it's needed. We appreciated the donation of all the food. We always welcome that and appreciate it, because we go through so much every month or every week, and that's the case. But once again, when it's a monetary donation, it always gives us a little bit more flexibility.
And just as a quick follow-up, are there any specific foods that you're consistently running short on? Anything that you would prefer over anything else? Any kind of specific need that you say, oh, I wish we had more donations of X?
Oh, yes, definitely. One thing that we do receive, but not in a larger amount, is dairies. Any dairy, which would be, it's either eggs, milk. So any dairy product is always something that we receive, but we don't receive enough of it. And that's something that I know when you give up a basket, a gallon of milk, that's a great help for the families. Or eggs, a pack of eggs, that's a great help. Because that's $4 or $5. They could spend on something else or buy something else that is needed. So I would say dairy is one of the things that we normally do receive, but don't receive enough of it. Which we are thankful that we receive what we receive. So, but it will always be nice if we could get a little help on that.
I have a question, Lieutenant. Pomona got closed down some time ago, the Salvation Army outpost there. Is it going to reopen, or are you going to continue to be the service provider for us?
No, we're going to continue to be the service provider for all the locations of Pomona. And the service area the former Pomona Salvation Army was doing.
And the second thing that I just want to speak to you is, I think we've entered into this partnership, but I want you to know that the Rotary, the San Dimas Rotary, in particular, if you come up with an issue or something that needs to be done, and then it's in the city here, we're a resource for you as a pair of hands, or perhaps financially. I hope that we continue this partnership as your source in San Dimas to get things done in our community, that when you become aware of needs.
Absolutely, and look forward to continue this partnership and continue to work together for the best of our communities, to help our communities in any possible way. And by the way, San Dimas is also one of our service area. I know I missed it on the presentation, but that's part of our service area as well.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant. Any other questions? No? Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the Fine Master.
All right, so as a fine master, what we're looking at is talking about what's fine, what's not fine, or who else is doing something that we want to talk about. And then we say they're fine. So you can fine yourself any amount of money. If you're going to go on a soapbox and complain, double the money. So who would like to fine themselves for saying how fine the world is? Tell us your point of view.
I have a question though. Now, Derek, you didn't pay for last week, right? Is that correct? You haven't paid yet?
I have not paid yet, but I'm planning on it.
What was your fine for last week?
Well, I was going to give 30. It could have been 20, but I was planning on giving 30.
Okay, so we're upping it because you haven't paid yet, because there's like a VIG on that,
Yeah, imagine this. I'll fine Derek for not being a member, but fining himself as much as membership costs. Derek, become a member.
All right.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. We might even waive the fine if we saw an application, but we'll
Might as well.
I will talk to Raymond about it on Saturday.
Awesome, very cool. Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, I should talk to Joe then.
Okay.
All right, back to the fines. Who would like to fine themselves? It's fine, it's not fine, or they are fine?
I'll start. I am going to fine myself $5 because we have a 3-day weekend coming up. And we're going to use part of that 3-day weekend to serve our community with the food drive on Sunday. And then there will be some of us, I have a truck, so I get lumped into the delivery arm of most of what we do. So Monday we will be delivering the food as long as someone is there to receive it. So
yeah, my understanding is they're actually closed on Monday, so I'm working on alternatives now. But yeah, and I'm going to fine myself $10 because I subscribed to 2021 and I had the 7-day free trial and I didn't like it. So I'm going to cancel my subscription. It's been a rough 7 days, and last Wednesday we had a tough day and some of us showed up. And I'm going to fine us $10 because we're still here. We're still doing good work. And it's going to be a great year.
Way to put it in the right frame of reference, Raymond. Thank you.
I want to find myself and $10, and I'm going to ask everybody to join me in singing Peyton happy birthday.
Do we sing as a Rotary here? I don't know.
Steve loves to sing.
I don't think you want to hear my voice.
Steve may want to do a solo.
I'm going to go ahead and find myself $20 and keep my mouth shut.
Okay, the only way you don't have to sing is if you find yourself.
No.
But happy birthday, Peyton.
I'll just say happy
Peyton.
birthday.
Thank you.
I will find myself before I have to sing for celebrating 23 years of marriage this Sunday for anniversary. So it's a good time.
You know, I'm going to let us all off the hook. I don't think that we should actually sing for her.
Put another candle on my birthday cake. We're gonna bake a birthday cake. Put another candle on my birthday cake. I'm another year old today. I'm gonna have.
Is that enough of that for you, Peyton?
Awesome. That was so great. I love it. Thank you, Raymond.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Anybody else? Any more fines? No.
We're wrapped up.
All right, thank you, Casey. So next, Action 360.
So we've got some things going on. We've talked about this generally, but let me put this up here for the food drive. It is benefiting the Salvation Army. The Rotary is partnered with the George Washington chapter of Dimas and the San Dimas Masonic Lodge. It is Sunday, January 17th from 12 to 4. It is a drop-off drive-through. We've already collected about 500 pounds of groceries. In particular, we're looking for canned goods and dry goods that are the easiest for us to transport. We'll work on the dairy thing. I got some ideas on that, but right now we're looking for dry goods and non-perishable stuff. Our community co-chairs, one of them is Ryan Viena from the San Dimas City Council, and also Caden Gutierrez, who is the master counselor of the GWC DMLA. That's the boy leader, or the young man who is the leader. If you have any questions, you can call us at 909-599-7530. That's 909-599-7530. Or go to gwc.org/service projects for more information. So does anybody have any questions about the food drive? Volunteers, I'd like you to be there about 11 o'clock to begin setup. We will close it at 4 o'clock and we should be done by 5. We will be delivering on Tuesday. I have one truck. If anyone else is available on Tuesday, please let me know. Any questions?
Raymond, I had a question. I had a couple people reach out to me via Facebook. I directed them to the email on there that they asked if they had monetary donations. Would it be the email that's on there or the phone number to reach out to?
Yeah, they can just call the phone number or the email. And on that day, we'll do just as we did with we worked with the Williston, South Dakota of Salvation Army for the coat drive, and we collected 1,000 pounds of winter clothing for them, just over 1,000 pounds. And what we did with the donations, what we'll do is if they're written to the Salvation Army, we'll give them the checks. If they're just cash, the Rotary will collect the cash and write a check to the Salvation Army, just like that. So yes, we will take cash donations. I don't plan to have a red kettle, but Lieutenant Perez, you're always welcome to drop one off, that and a bell. And I know how much Steve Scott loves to hear that bell ringing all day long. So he'd probably just love to do that.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Marianne's volunteered, by the way, to manage the cash. She'll have her cash box there. She does a very good job with that. So we are prepared for that. We will accept cash donations, and we prefer $100 bills or $50 bills.
I also have boxes for that day, so I'll bring them if we still need them.
Excellent. Anybody have any questions on what for that? Yes, Peyton.
Serpro has several box trucks that we're willing to let you guys use on Tuesday. I plan on being there to volunteer on Sunday, so we can talk more then. But we do have several box trucks that you guys can use for transportation as well. So plan on that.
Awesome. See, so Tuesday for deliveries coming together now. We need to get some people down there. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Peyton.
Of course.
Raymond, let us know what time you want to load those box trucks. And after 11, it's better for me.
I was going to say 10, but I'll go to 11 if you're going to be there. Okay. We'll load up at 11, be done by noon. We should be at the Salvation Army just before 1 o'clock in Ontario on Tuesday with the food. How's that sound, Lieutenant? Sound like a good plan?
Yeah, sounds great.
Awesome.
Sounds great. We'll have some people here.
Okay. Any other questions on the food drive? Okay.
Okay, what about teacher mini grants update?
Where the committee is going to meet, the committee, everyone has analyzed or done their analysis of the grants, and we're going to meet as a group tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and we should have answers very shortly. I think that once we have those answers, we ought to move forward pretty quickly with making notifications and arrangements for the presentation, since that's going to be in it's going to be like 2 weeks. 2 weeks plus a day.
Okay, perfect. Anything else on that? Anybody have questions?
The only thing I want to say is we're after teacher mini grants, we got to find another service project. We got to find, we got to come up with another idea that we got to do something in April or May as a group to round out Diva's year. Also, I'd like to hear your comments for my year coming up in June on an international project. I want to do something really cool. Maybe I'd like to go back to clean water, I think. So let me know your thoughts on that, but let's look for a project for this springtime because we're on a roll with doing some really good stuff.
I have an idea. Should I share it now or wait? So I was hoping to maybe team up with either House of Ruth or a women's a domestic violence shelter. Since Mother's Day is going to be coming up in May, thought that would be a great opportunity to maybe donate a little gift to the mothers and, of some sort, and get some speakers lined up for that time.
What we did my last year as president is we did some rehab work on a domestic violence shelter in Covina. And as a group, I think I'd prefer something hands-on like that.
Okay.
Maybe you can reach out to the House of Ruth and maybe they need, as long as they don't need shelves built in an upstairs room, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
You've got to be a Rotary Club member to know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
We do.
Thank you.
Okay.
See, if you join, we'll let you in on the inside jokes, Derek.
Yeah. Okay. So next, let's go ahead. Oh, did anybody have anything else to say on that note?
There's this house in San Dimas that it looks like they're doing yard work in the front yard. They've ripped it up. They've left it undone. There's pipe all over the place. I'm thinking this house probably needs some service provided. Derek, you have any insight into what's going on at this house?
I do actually, since I own it. Yeah, I need to get the decomposed granite, so I'm redoing the front. And I got like pots. I'm gonna have succulents out there, but I want to screw the pots into the soil so people don't steal my pots.
You were only a member. We would already have been there to help you.
I appreciate that. Oh, don't say that. I got a lot of house projects.
Do you need any clean filled dirt? Because I got lots.
Oh, I got a couple, well, not clean yet, but I got a lot of dirt.
Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you very much, guys. So next, the calendar.
Coming up. Hang on. Give me a moment. It's actually filling out very nicely. Craig has done some really good work. Parker Emerson from Project Shelter Box sent an apologetic email. He missed us last week. He, like most of America, was caught up in the events and missed. After that, we will do some stuff on dentists with Dr. Larry Will. Then the crime survivors, they have actually confirmed that they'll be here. It's crimesurvivors.org. They're an Orange County organization that works with survivors of crime. And Danny Kim, the oral surgeon. So we got a good February, good solid February, Diva, and I'm looking for March and April for speakers.
Okay.
Well, you've got one too, you said, Diva. You also got us next week.
Yeah, so I have Hayden Lanning from St. Vincent de Paul that will be speaking next week.
Awesome.
And I did get a hold of Hope for Homes in Pomona. They didn't come. I was trying to get them to confirm for next week, but since we have Hayden, I was hoping that we can probably get them to do it sometime in March. I know our topic is going to be a little different, but I've had the opportunity to help out at that mission or that shelter, and they've done a lot. The shelter is completely finished now, from what they told me, and I just think it'd be a great opportunity to hear them speak and what they're doing for the local community.
Excellent.
Alrighty, so next, four-way test. Does anybody want to speak on their interpretation of the four-way test?
Well, Diva, I think that somebody who was supposed to arrange to have speakers ought to be put on the spot to do it themselves this week. I don't want to front them off too badly, but I'll put it up.
I can do that.
Thank you. How about if I put it up on the screen for you? I think, and I talked to Mike about this, this is an integral part of Rotary. And even if you're assigned this and you don't have some kind of way of personalizing it this week, at least we should recite this weekly. What do you think, Marianne? Isn't that a great idea?
Totally agree. We used to do that. We used to do that years ago.
All right. So I don't know, whatever you want to do, Mike, you got the floor.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. But yeah, the four-way test is a test developed by a Rotarian, and it really is how we approach social interaction, business, and really it can be applied to anything that we do. But I think it's really important to take all four as a whole, because I could think of a lot of examples of a statement or an action meeting 1, 2, or even 3 of the tests and not passing the fourth. So the four tests are: is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? You may say something that's critical, that is true, but it probably won't build better friendships unless it's a constructive criticism that's meant to make somebody better. So looking at all four as a whole, before speaking, before posting, texting, emailing, or taking action, is really it's something that I have started doing over the last couple of years, really in all interactions, and I think that it has resulted in, for me personally, thinking before I speak, or post or reply to an email if I am not in a pleasant state of mind when I receive an email. But that's my take today on the Rotary four-way test.
Thank you, Mike. Since we kind of passed the fast craft talk and we do have some guests here, I'd like to give them a couple minutes to speak just about their business. Since Peyton's birthday, we'll have Peyton just speak a little bit about her the business that she represents. We have time.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Diva. Yeah, so I've been in here a couple of times. I'm the marketing rep for ServPro of Glendora and San Dimas, as well as Irwindale Baldwin Park. So we kind of have a big footprint. We cover a lot of communities. Our owner is Joe McCann. He lives in San Dimas, so he cares about the community a lot. That's what got him into the restoration industry. He has a passion for helping those around him. He's a great guy. I think so. But I've been here for about, about 9 months now, and I absolutely love it. I love what the company stands for. I love that we can actively get involved with the Rotary and other organizations, and our owner is fully supportive and wants to do everything he can. So to me, I love that it's not just restoration. He's a real family community guy as well, and so are we. Restoration services, any floods that cause mold or fire, just disasters. I pray that none of that ever happens to you. But in case that it does, someone you know, your home, business, family, or friend, just know that we're here for you. Having people come into your home, especially now, is very worrisome, very frightening. It could be for some people. They don't really, with COVID, they don't want people coming into their home. They're already frustrated because they're dealing with a flood or a fire. And so there's just a lot of contributing factors right now. But I can say rest assured that we have the team, the training, all the certifications to get it done right the first time. There's nothing more frustrating than having a disaster happen and having more people come in because the first people didn't do it right. So that's all I have to say. I love ServPro, and we love you guys. So if you ever need anything, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
Before you go there, Peyton, throw a tagline on us. Give us a website or a contact phone number.
So it's ServPro, GlendoraSanDimas.com, pretty out there. I'll put it in the chat, and as well as my email. So if you guys want to reach out to me or save me as a contact, please feel free. I'm here for anytime, 24/7.
All right, thank you so much, Peyton. Derek, you want to do a quick elevator pitch before we sign off?
Well, my name is Derek. I'm a teacher, and yeah, it's a kind of a fun thing. I also am a board member at the Bonita Unified School District, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's challenging times, so we're doing the best we can to help families give their kids the best education possible.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Lieutenant Osvaldo Perez, thank you so much for everything that you do. And you know, thank you, my fellow Rotarians. You know, every Wednesday, I look forward to meeting with you because we all think the same. We are like-minded. We all want to do stuff to help our community. And it's nice to find people that want to do more for others and not just think of themselves. So thank you again. I guess that's it. And unless anybody has anything else to say, thank you again. And sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm figuring out. I just found out how to use a computer. But thank you again. Bye, everybody.
See you guys Sunday.
All righty. See you Sunday, everybody. Brain cancers that are not expired. Bye.
No pumpkin either.
No, okay. I'm going to take it out of my box. Bye, everybody. Thank you.